welcome to Lessons Learnt. I'm Sherry, and today we're going to do something really different, something I've never had to do in my life. What you're looking at here is 3 cardboard boxes, 2 large bins, and 2 small bins. This is an inherited fabric stash. So I'm going to go through it today and see what we have here. I've got a little table station set up here so I can spread everything out and go through it. Let's see what's here. Have you ever inherited a fabric stash? This is the first time for me, so we're going to go through this piece by piece, see what's here, maybe sort it out into some sort of organization and just have fun with it. It's always fun to go through fabric, so come along. I'm going to start with these 2 smaller ones because they were just simply easier to pick up. Let's see what we got here. Modern scrapbook. This is pretty. Beautiful. Let's see, this is Hoffman from 2013. So if I find things that are already folded like this, as if they just came off of a bolt, I'll leave them like that. So I'm just going to form a big stack of those. And then also back in that time, I noticed that fat quarters were folded just in fourths. So I'm going to take the fat quarters and fold them the way we fold them today and just go ahead and have those ready to go in a fat quarter bin. How about that? Just like this. Plastic bag. I have a lot of this odd pieces of solids, and I've just been kind of keeping those. Now you'll say I have been. I did have one large black trash bag full of fabric that I've already went through. It's in my house right now, and this is the way that I arranged it. So this is just more of the same. People, you know, have their habits of how they store things, and she had a lot of random solids and a lot of small calico prints. So depending on what size it is, this looks to be not quite a half a yard. I don't know, I might kind of fold it like I do my half yards just to kind of get it in some sort of order ready to be stored away. And there again, all of you know that I am at capacity on my fat quarters, so I'm going to have to do something a little bit different with these. Give them their own bin or something like that. So I got other small pieces like this. I'm just going to keep the solids over here. Let's take the bag out. And then the small pieces that I would have to probably scrap process, I'll give them an area as well. There's a lot of pieces that just have a small piece cut out of it. She was doing a lot of small handwork. So she would cut out a chunk and then fold up the rest. So I've got a lot of odd things here. And so that could probably be processed down into a fat quarter and then some scraps. So for now, I'm just going to put that on a separate pile of bigger pieces that need to be trimmed and made into my sizes that I like. Here again, you're going to see a lot of this kind of stuff. So there again, there might be a fat quarter in that. If there is, I will scrap process that down. Do you see a lot of scrap processing in my future? I certainly do. And it might take me a while. I might have to get me a helper. I have actually thought about getting me a helper for scrap processing. So here's another big piece of red, and that is folded. That's a 45. So I'm just going to go ahead and put it in the yardage stack like that. So put that on top of that other one. Here's another big piece. Primitive Pennies by Country Essentials for Connecting Threads, 2013. That's another thing that I saw a lot when I was doing the first big bag, is a lot of connecting threads and a lot of keepsake quilting. I don't know if keepsake quilting is still in business or still selling online. They may very well be. Now here's another big piece, and there again she just took a little piece off of it, but I think I'm just going to go ahead and fold this as if it was right off the bolt. Color Shop by VIP, Cranston Print Works Company. Cranston, remember Cranston? Some of you that have been around for a while, you probably remember Cranston prints, lots of calico prints. I think I'll put this down here so you can see what I'm doing. Here is ribbon applique pansies. A lot of little bags of potential projects, some of which were started, some of which were just saved, some had fabric with them, some didn't. So this is from a magazine, a Quilter's World magazine of April 2009. So I will look through this, but this is the one that she had the page open to be able to do a ribbon edge applique. Happy Pansies. And let's see what else is here. Some other copies that were made of some stuff. Here's the pansies, I believe. Is this it? Yes. So she had put a couple of pieces of paper together to get the entire thing. I'll have to kind of go through this later, I guess. And then there's a bunch of stuff too related to a baby quilt that she was looking at. And she had enlarged some of the figures on the pattern to maybe cut out templates, possibly. I probably won't keep this because it looks like kind of a fail project because she couldn't get them big enough. So I think I'll just let that go. Here's another piece of the pansies. I'll take a closer look at that. So this is trash. That's the trash pile. Here's the book pile. Okay. So I'm just going to go through here. I might put you on time lapse for a little bit so that you can just watch me sort. If there's anything I need to show you in the meantime, I'll stop and we'll talk about it. Anybody want to guess what that was probably for? Interesting that the white is with it. That was probably a Raggedy Ann doll. One bend down. Bend number 2. Moving right along. Always a little piece cut off. Here's a big piece. That's 2 yards of 60-inch. That would make a backing. It's woven. Here's another woven. This one it's 60 inch as well. She did cut a few little pieces off of it. This is called Fiesta for connecting threads. Fairly modern piece. Another big piece of Cranston. It's a couple of yards. These are colors you don't see anymore. These coppery. It's got paisleys and green and red. Has black and that coppery color. There again, one little itty bitty piece cut out. This looks very vintagey. Who of you out there remembers when we would buy fabric in 36 width? I do. It was going by the wayside when I started sewing. There would only be a few bolts maybe in the store that were still 36 inches. Was it 36 or 32? I can't even remember now. I bet a lot of you remember. A nice piece of scrolly cream. I think I'll put that in the yardage pile here. Occasionally I will find a kitchen towel, a pillowcase. I don't know where she was getting these, but they were vintage. I don't know what this was, but she did cut some off of it. It looks like kind of like a curtain, but it may have been a vintage pillowcase too. I really don't know. And I'm not sure what to do with them. I see binding. That would be perfect for binding. This looks like 60-inch shirting. There's a piece out of it. Yellow dot. Felt. I don't need felt for anything. There's some big pieces. Last piece. Looks like a big chunk. I kind of like this. It says Groovy Baby by RedBudQuiltCo. There's no date on it, but it is a groovy piece of fabric in my opinion. And we have ourselves a second empty bin. Now let's go get a box. Oh boy, this one's packed full. This is a VIP calico. When I worked at Hancock Fabrics, we were selling these. I was telling Mark that VIP calicos were about $3.49 a yard, and we thought that was so expensive. Now something like this would be $12 a yard, wouldn't it? Bubbles. (2004) blank textiles. This is kind of cool. This is from that Kaleidoscope for Connecting Threads 2015. This looks like a little bit more than a fat quarter. Maybe it is a fat quarter. Hand Spray by RJR Fabrics. Is that the precursor to shadow play or grunge? I don't know. I think this is definitely a fat quarter. I don't know, I just don't seem like I'm folding it right. Let's see if this is it. Yeah. Okay, here's a big piece of taffeta. Big piece, like probably 2 yards 60 wide, or maybe 3 yards 45 wide. I don't know. We used to sell it on the tube, and I think it was 45. Okay, we have a group of greens here in a bag. Nothing with it. It's been cut some, but there's still some yardage here. I'll just stick it here. Oops, this way. Rose Garden Medley from Keepsake Quilting, and it has several shades of pink in it. I think I will keep that together. Here is, it says 12.5 squares. These look like a whole bunch of Dresden plates. It says 12.5 squares. So she was doing something with that. And then also, these are too large, can be cut down. So these also are Dresden plates. Let me see. Yes, they are Dresden plates. So I have a bunch of those. Border pieces. And this also has a template on it, in it, that looks like a Dresden plate, but she's calling it border pieces. But they definitely have the Dresden plate shape to them. Here's a big piece of yardage. It's been cut from as well. Let's see how much we got here. 1, 2, about 3 yards. Looks like it has been cut off of some. So let's see what we can do here to fold this. And there's another giant piece of it in the reverse. Yeah, that's 3 yards with some cut off of it. David Textiles. I never heard of David. Yes, I have heard of David Textiles. That is, let's see, who sells David Textiles? I want to say it's Fabric Utopia or Marshall Dry Goods, one. Here's another bag of these, I guess they're, what are they, Keepsake Quilting Medleys. This one says on it 7.5 yards. And I would venture to say that's what these orange coral ones are too. So I like those. Here is a, well, I don't know if it's a fat quarter bundle, but it is a bundle of homespun or woven. I don't know. Some of it has been taken out, I would say. I'll put that there. Big piece of purple. I feel like some of these big pieces of solids that I'm finding have a little bit of polyester in them. I'll just have to wash them and see what they do. But the reason I say that is because the selvage, the edge, where the fuzzy edge is, some of the fibers look shiny to me. And that would be an indicator of that. I feel like this is a Walmart sticker, $2.49. I'm trying to see how much This was on July 3rd of 2015. It's a half a yard. It's a half a yard. So that means I can put it in this other stack. It's not a half a yard. It's a half of a half a yard. I don't know. I'll have to cut that to a real fat quarter size. There's one too. Two pipe cleaners. This one says Fabric Traditions 1993. That's one of the oldest dates that I've found on anything. Now, there's a lot of pieces I've found too that have this adhesive stuck to it, and it doesn't want to come off evenly. So I'm just going to have to let those go. I don't know if the stickiness is okay or what it would do, so I'd rather not put it in a project. Here's another little bag of strips. This says for sew sampler house. It looks like log cabin strips. It has 11/16/2000 that she wrote that on there. Interesting. Here's a little pattern. Is there a pattern? I don't see the pattern. Let me see. Is it inside here? Yes, it is. It is in here. Woodland Wildlife Animal Block Blanket Pattern. Looks like applique. See if there's a description. Oh, it's a quilt as you go pattern. The top panels are attached to the batting as you sew the blanket together. So this was some sort of kit probably she made, and this is the pattern that's left over, I would say. So that can stay here. And then here's another little pattern called Gathering Basket Mini Table Treat. And the instructions are in there. And I found a few buttons, not many. And that is it for that box. Different day, different box. This is the biggest of all of the boxes. I have two more boxes, a medium moving box and a small moving box. This big tub right here, we're going to go through it. And I think that's probably all I'm going to show you because it's typically the same stuff over and over. So I'm going to go through this. This has some big pieces in it, has some small pieces in it, has all kinds of stuff in it. So let's go through this quickly, and then I'll tell you at the end what the part 2 is going to be about. So stay tuned for that. In the meantime, here we go. Something I'm finding, I don't know if I mentioned this in the last part of this video or the beginning of this video, is I keep finding these vintage pillowcases. And some of them are just solid, some of them have that vintagey look to them. This is definitely a vintage pillowcase. So I think she was using this vintage material in her projects. Some of them I have found that have pieces cut out of them. This turns out to be a Maycower fat quarter bundle, 5 pieces. I may find some more of it in here, I don't know. Some more of that homespun was probably in this bundle. Mary Engelbright, VIP Calicos, Cranston, 2001. Aha! I think I found a piece of fabric that goes with the kit that I have in the house from the first go-around of fabric. I'm going to lay that aside. It was missing one fabric out of the kit. I think that's it. It pays to go through every piece. Another random pillowcase. This is a bag of cardstock she was making templates out of. Quilter's Candy Basics from Connecting Threads, 2011. It's a big piece of a brown dot. It has like a pink tiny dot on it. I'm going to turn it right side out. I saw a tag on it that said like it was a grouping of 7 pieces or something like that. So I might find more in here of that. Actually, I think I have some of that in the house as well. A dowel rod. I can use that. 1997 Patrick Lose marbles. Doesn't Moda still do marbles? This is Moda marbles. 1997 Patrick Lose. Feels nice. Some black. Felt. A bunch of felt. There's some good stuff in the bottom of this. We're going to go through here in just a minute. Another pillowcase. How about that? I don't know. Maybe she was picking them up at secondhand stores or something. This is more of the stuff with the sticky stuck to it. Hampton Hughes Connecting Threads. Not 2014. There's another couple here that match it. Yes, this is also a piece that matches it. And nothing is cut off of it. So that's a plus. Well, I think it goes this way. This has got to be another piece of it. Yes. So that might be something Mark can make a quilt out of. This was one of her favorite things, sunflowers. This is a VIP by Joan Messamore, Cranston. Doesn't have a date. Brown dot. I don't think that goes with that, but it could. It doesn't have the same name on it. It doesn't have any name on it. It's possible that it got cut off at that very bottom. That might go with that. I'm going to lay it with it just in case. Looks like it could. Ribbon. Okay, here's the cool stuff. Millie's Garden Medley, 6 fat quarters. And it looks like she had some adhesive in here. Maybe she made the project and this is what's left. Millie's Garden. Yeah, it has been cut from. Let's just see what's in here. That looks like a full fat quarter there. Nothing's really matching. So it could have just been a little catch-all bag for some things. Cut some off of that one. And that one. This one. I think I'll just put these over here then, because I don't think they match. They might, but I can't really make heads or tails out of it. Okay, what else do we have? Cracker Barrel Log Cabin. So this is a whole bunch of log cabin strips. It's dated 8/21/01. Here are her templates made of cardboard. Here are some log cabin strips with the templates. Little quilts, log cabin, little quilts. And then this is a bunch of strips. So I don't know if that was something she finished and this is what was left of it or what. So I'm going to keep that together for now. Here is Crafting Traditions Sampler, is what she's written on her bag. And it looks like she has open the Eleanor Burns Sampler Quilt Series. She has this open. This is Crafting Traditions March, April of 2004. So this has a lot of crafting stuff in it, not just quilting stuff. I will go through this. Okay, so here's what's going on with this. So she was getting this magazine, and this sampler was in each one. There was a new block with each one of these, and that's how the sampler was going to go together. Crafting Traditions Sampler. So let me keep these together for now. Here is a Feedsack Quilts magazine from, does it say from when? It is. See if I can find your date. 2006. And we have this chicken quilt here that she has open, and the chicken templates that she has copied. And we have I don't know what this is. I'm just now opening it. Oh my goodness, look at this table runner, or at least the beginning of a quilt. It's all hand, no, it is done on the machine, some of it. She's done some hand embroidery on the faces and then added the yarn for the hair. Is that not so cute? I have to make this up. I have to finish this. This is too cute. Raggedy Ann and Andy. Yes, I have to make that up. That'll be an easy finish to do. Looks like maybe, no, he's got his hair. I thought one didn't have its hair, but I think this is pretty much finished. It just needs to do the finishing on it. Here is a dish towel strawberry teapot, August 7 of 2000. She has all the pieces cut out. I don't know if I would do that one. A lot of teeny weeny tiny pieces. Here is some hexagons that she was getting ready to do flower gardens with. Grandmother's flower garden. Oh boy, here are the chickens. Let's look at them. I'll have to make this up. 2, 3, 4, 5. Some of them don't have the applique completed yet. Like, she's done the cocks and combs and the feet, but she hasn't done the bodies. I lost count. I don't know how many that was. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I don't see any more in here. I've got a bunch of white, tons of white, stiff white for doll hats like Popeye. Strawberry, not sure what this one is. Let me see if I can. It's a big strawberry, and she's got the strawberry out of felt. She has the strawberry leaves and the strawberry blossoms, and the rest of it's in there. Don't know what that is. More white and more white. 200 thread count muslin, it says on it. Some black and another big piece of yardage right here. Okay, quickly, I'm going to go through what's in the bottom of this. It's all paper. This is some sort of sweet somethings. Looks like that. Not sure. Oh, here's some fabric. I thought this was paper. It's corn. It's Indian corn. Let me see. Yes, it is. She's got a few little pieces taken out of it, but classic cotton, 2000, year 2000. I bet she was going to make this with that corn. This is from a McCall's Quilting pattern. And it's got all the pieces on it to trace. There's even a crow or a blackbird. This goes with it too. That's where she's made the copies. Have a McCall's. She says this is a good issue. She has it marked good issue. This has that. This is the quilt that she has this on. That she has these copies on. And it looks like she has, here's the corn thing. You see it? That's what she was going to do, I bet. Okay. And then this one, she has pot holder apron, apple of my eye. This is what she was looking at in this one. This is McCall's Quick Quilts, August, September of 2013. So that was something she wanted to do, or did do. And this one has a cat looking outside. I don't know if she did that one, but this is from Country Woman of 2004. There's a little barn block. Fluffy Pups. She had this open April and May of 2015, page 49, puppies. She wrote on the front. So she was going to do this. This is kind of a rag version, not a rag version, but a applique with raw edge, and then you fluff out the edges. Here's another one she had open, which was Barnes. This is a Keepsake Quilting magazine of 2015, and she had this open with the barns. I do know that at one point she was photographing old barns in the area. So she liked barns. Here's American Patchwork and Quilting 2015. Doesn't even look like it's been looked through yet. I want to look through that. Here's one from 2015. Also doesn't look like it's been looked at. Or maybe she just didn't find anything she wanted in it. June 2015. Here's a little insert to Patchwork and Quilting. Quilter's World, Spring 2016. She puts notes on them She says, received January 13th, 2016. Elephants, page 15. When I Grow Up, page 24. Placemats, page 100. And frogs, page 30. So there were some things in here she was interested in and made note of it. McCall's Quilting. This one is, she had a subscription to it. It is, let me see, 2015. And then this one is October 2015. So I might take a gander through those just to kind of look and see what she was looking at that time. And that'll be interesting. So the next step is going to be a part 2 video of this. I'm going to launder some of these bigger pieces. I'm going to, this big stack over here, I'm going to go through and get fat quarters, half yards, 5 and 10 inch blocks out of it. It'll take some time. And then some of this I'm going to go through this. It's potential trash. I'll go through it again. And then these are fat quarters I can leave as is. And then these are the either finished or non-finished projects. So I have 2 more boxes to go through as well. And I will save you that because we kind of see what the theme is here and what we're dealing with. So when I come back, I'm going to show you what I have in total, what I'm going to keep, what I'm going to donate, all of that. So stay tuned. It may not be next week. It may be in a future, maybe in a month, I'll have this ready. So we'll have a part 2 in the future, not too distant future, because I will have to get this out of this building and into its proper resting place. So I am glad I found this because the kit I have in the house needs it. There's a whole nother stack of stuff in there I need to show you that's like this. I have a stack of fabric at least this tall from that first big bag. I have 2 more boxes to go through, so we'll tally it all up at the end and you'll get to see what the stash consists of. All right, thanks for being patient with me on this video. I was kind of excited to share it with you. I don't know what kind of a video this will have made. I hope it's not boring. I hope it's a little bit interesting to you, and maybe in the part 2 you'll get some tips and tricks on what to do if you inherit a fabric stash. All right, thanks a lot, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.